Give me the chocolate!
Alright everybody, welcome back to Sonic Heroes. In the last episode, we took to the Sky Rails, or the Rail Canyon, whatever you want to call it. And in today's episode, we're going to continue the rails and probably fight Eggman. So let's keep going. Team Sonic.
Let's blast through with Sonic speed. Okay. All right.
What they said. Time to go fast. Bullet Station. Destroy Eggman's base. But I'm pretty sure you worked hard on it. Why should you destroy it? Oh, come on, Tails. It's not
Closer to the center.
Yes, we're heading in the right direction.
Alright, we got robots. How does that work?
Got it.
Take this.
Knuckles, get out there and bust up some dudes. Thank you.
Here we go.
Okay.
That did not go the way I wanted it to. Could have made things so much easier if it just worked. So, might as well start the discussion like I normally do with you guys. How are you doing? First off, you know, you come watch my videos and everything like that, and you know I don't take the time to say hello to you guys and see how you're doing. You know, you guys are important. You're all beautiful butterflies in this beautiful garden we call life. So I'm curious how you guys have been. I hope you guys have been well. It is currently the month of December as I'm recording this, and I seriously just died. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. But as I was saying, yeah, it's currently the month of December. It's right around the holiday, guys. It's Christmas or Hanukkah time, depending on what holiday you celebrate. And it's coming around full force for me, mainly just because it's getting right around that time where, you know, people be shopping, people be getting gifts and everything like that, and things are getting kind of hectic. You know, you got to go through those links to get the perfect gift for the ones that you love. That's the most important thing, guys. And myself, I've kind of been trying my hardest to make stuff happen and everything like that, but you know, that's just the holidays in general. It's always a tough time, not just because you want to seal the perfect gift for the one that you care about, but you also, you know, don't want to die out there because people are vicious. People are vicious during the holidays. It's gotten to the point where people, I'm not gonna say it's as crazy as Black Friday like we celebrate sometimes, but it's definitely gotten to the point where it's just like people will cut a fool in order to get their kid or loved one or what have you a good, you know, holiday present. But I'm risking it out there for the ones that I care about. A few people that really deserve a good you know, holiday cheer, a good holiday thank you and all that good stuff. So got it. But you know, I think that goes with saying, you know, that's just generally how the holidays work. You know, there's always a little bit of craziness that goes on with it because, you know, it's that one time of the year where you get to do something extremely special for those who you care about. And you know, especially with how most people are, you always want to go all out because you don't get to do that all the time, you know. I know myself particularly. I love to give to the people I care for because, you know, they mean the world to me. But it's one of those things where it's just like you always wonder to yourself, is it good enough? Is it gonna be good enough? Will they like it? And that's just a whole other monster all in itself.
Hey, let's try firing that thing.
Just because, like, you know, it's always nice to aim to please, so you gotta try what you can do. But enough holiday discussion right now. I haven't really even talked about the game right now. It was like, we're playing Sonic.
Here we go.
And I was thinking to myself, not today, but earlier this week, I was thinking to myself, what would it be like if this day and age, with all like the bad Sonic games and all the good Mario games, what would it be like if instead of Sonic having bad games, it was Mario. And like this whole time, Sega actually won.
That's what I call a flight.
Sega actually won like the console war back in the day. It was Sega who won, not Nintendo. And we'd be seeing like these amazing AAA like Sonic games, and we'd see like mediocre, like not so well constructed Mario games. It's like I think to myself, how different would the world be if that were happening? You know, it really like it's something as simple as that, but it really makes you wonder. It's like, what would it be like? What would it have been like if Sonic was the one who made it out on top, and not Mario?
Yes, we are.
It's something that I've always thought about, and I've always wondered, you know, like a Sonic game getting like a perfect score on like on a video game rating website, or like people ripping a Mario game to shreds and stuff like that. Because it's just differences, I guess, you know. It's just something that it's like, kind of these days, we may never know. I mean, because I know you could technically say it is like, well, what about like the Mario and Sonic like Olympic games? Like those don't get really good reviews. But I mean, if you really think about it, those aren't mainline, you know, Sonic games and Mario games. Those are just you know, mini game collections. But oh, how different the world would be if that were the fate that was chose to be. That rhymed completely unintentionally. I don't know why it did, but it happened. Kaboom! Alright. Time for a little go-kart action.
Each time the bobsled takes on damage,
We're on the Alaskan bobsled team.
speed decreases.
I'm talking about the movie Cool Runnings. Does anybody remember that movie? It had John Candy. He played Barf in Spaceballs. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Well, if you don't, well, you should watch Cool Runnings. It's not. I'll be real with you. It's not a great movie, but it's definitely a movie you should at least check out at least once. You might dig it. You never know. I'm almost there. Full speed ahead, Tails. That would have very much sucked many kinds of dongle if I did not land on that rail. I was clenched, you guys. I was. Hit the thing. There you go. Good job, Tails. You're not totally useless after.
Let's go.
You know what I just realized? There is a Tails solo game called, I think it's called Tails Adventures, on the Game Gear. If you guys remember what the Game Gear was. The Game Gear was Sega's handheld console. And I don't know if you know this. It wasn't very good. It was actually quite terrible. Not one of Tails' shining moments, gotta be honest with you. But I will say this. A lot of the Tails games weren't good, but I don't know if you guys ever read the Archie comic, Sonic comics, but they're actually surprisingly pretty good, and it's actually one of the longest going, you know, video game comic series like out there. And there was like a brief miniseries called Tails, and it was just like him like leaving the Freedom Fighters, which was like the group him and Sonic are part of, and everything like that. And he actually went to, as weird as it is, like to an Australian type of area, and he met the Down Under Freedom. It was just basically a whole story about him leading a group and fighting evil and everything. It was actually pretty cool. And I really recommend it. If you're into comics and you like Sonic the Hedgehog, definitely check out the Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, because they're actually pretty good. They are published by Archie Comics, and like I've been reading them. Jesus, I think since I was in elementary school almost. Like I think since I was in 5th grade, and they've been going on since then, and they're actually pretty good. They are actually pretty good. Like, I think one of the things I loved the most about the original Sonic the Hedgehog comic books were, like the covers. The cover art of a lot of the comics were really, really cool, like really, really well done. And they were like originally they were done by a guy named Spaz Harvo, if I remember that correctly. He would just do some amazingly awesome Sonic the Hedgehog like art and covers for the comic books. And it's just like that was one of the main reasons why I love the comics so much. It's just because of how cool like the covers of the comics look.
Got it.
Because they did, there was one for issue 25. I remember very, very clearly, and it sticks with me still to this day. It was like basically a story of like Sonic CD, where you know Sonic goes like races Metal Sonic and everything like that. It was such a cool issue, and it had like a silver like cover and everything like that. It was so freaking cool. Like it really still to this day sticks with me very, very well. Ugh. Sonic, why did you get hit? Well, I had 0 rings, but yeah, there was so many cool comics in that. Like and not only like because I know I mentioned the Tails miniseries that was out. There was also a 2 that was very, very, very good. And I think like the comic series is still running now. They have Sonic the Hedgehog, like Sonic Universe and the Sonic Genesis and all that stuff. It's been going on for a long, long time. I haven't really kept up with them that much over the years because you know after a while I stopped reading the comics. Not because I didn't want to read them anymore, just because I couldn't afford the comic book subscription. But it's still going on to this day. Like it's still going on strong, and a lot of people still read it. And I think maybe one of the reasons why is because the Sonic fan base is so incredibly loyal. But I recommend it. Like I seriously do. If you ever get an opportunity to pick up a Sonic comic book, you should definitely pick up some Sonic comics and read one. Like if I could recommend any Sonic comic, like absolutely, it would probably be the... Oh, God. I don't remember what issue it was, but it's the issue where... Oh, my God, Sonic. I think the issue was... I think it was like 60 or 50 something, but it's the issue where Sonic gets captured by Eggman, and he actually roboticizes Sonic. So Sonic actually becomes a robot. He actually becomes a full-fledged like evil robot and does Eggman's bidding. And like it's basically like the Freedom Fighters, like Tails, Sally, Bunny, Rabbit, and Antoine, and all them, and Rotor, all trying to basically take Sonic down because he's this evil robot now, and he's just so incredibly strong. He's just destroying everybody. And they're just trying to find a way to bring him back, bring Sonic back. And I think like one of the coolest parts in that comic, I mean, like I know I'm kind of like spoiling it for you guys when I told you guys like you should really check out the comics and everything like that. But like there's a fight between Sonic and Bunny Rabbit. And if you don't know who Bunny Rabbit is, she's one of the Freedom Fighters, and she was half, so she has like half bunny parts, half like robot parts. And her and Sonic have like this crazy like fight in the comic. It's actually really, really freaking cool. And it goes to the point where like they even bring in Knuckles to try to fight him and everything like that. It's such a cool issue. And if you guys ever get a chance to see it or like look it up, I definitely recommend it. Like look up Sonic comic, like Sonic gets roboticized, and just like because it's actually really, really cool. Like the cover looks awesome too. It just like has like this robotic Sonic the Hedgehog on the cover, and it looks really, really awesome. I highly recommend it. It's definitely worth checking out. But yeah. Like I don't know how many people actually remember the comic books, but like those stick with me very, 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 very well. All right, let's do this. This should do it. Trying to focus here. Gotta kill the Eggman. That's just not happening. There we go. What, he's not done yet? Oh, come on, Eggman. Why you gotta be so cruel? Don't you know I'm human too? I'm trying to quote that song, but just, you know, YouTube is like, oh, you sing a song that's popular, copyright flag, blah, 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 blah. Oh, come on with the bird and the bullets. I thought I was done with you. Okay, easy, easy.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Go. Yeah. Go. Out.
Leave it to me. Go.
Here we go.
Okay, I gotta go fast.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Here we go. Go.
Leave it to me.
There we go. You suck it, Eggman. You suck
Pay
it.
for this.
Suck it, Horde.
All right.
All right. Well, that takes care of that. And I think in the next one, we're going to continue on. I think we're going to the jungle level in the next episode.
Eggman.
But, yeah, I think we're going to do that. And I think there's a cutscene, actually, after this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think there might be a cutscene.
Once again, you fools have been tricked.
It's a fake.
From these canyons,
Nothing gets past you, Tails.
conquer the world with my air fleet, and this time you can't stop me.
Dang, how'd we miss that entire fleet?
Sonic.
It's not an Eggman robot. Sonic, Knuckles, wait for me.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Terminator.
Yeah.